Early America, Section 2, with Miss Loshy. George Washington. He is considered a founding father. He was commander of the Continental Army, and he is the first president of the United States. Thomas Jefferson. He is considered to be a founding father, wrote the Declaration of Independence. He was inspired by John Locke, and he was the third president of the United States. John Locke. A philosopher who believed in unalienable rights, that all men had certain rights that were guaranteed to them. Unalienable rights for Locke were life, liberty, and property. If you remember from the previous section, Thomas Jefferson was inspired by John Locke to add in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness into the Declaration of Independence. Charles Carroll. He is considered to be a founding father. He was a signer of the Declaration of Independence. He used his own money to help pay for the American Revolution. He was a Catholic and minority in the American colonies. At this time, the majority of colonists in the Americas were Protestant. Benjamin Rush. He is considered a founding father. He was also a signer of the Declaration of Independence. He was a doctor and an educator. He helped to establish the first African American church in the United States. John Jay. He is considered to be a founding father. He was a signer of the Declaration of Independence. Are y'all noticing a theme here? He wrote the Federalist Papers in support of creating the U.S. Constitution. He was the first Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. He helped to negotiate the Jay Treaty and prevent a war with Great Britain in the early 1800s. John Muhlenberg. He was a general in the Continental Army. He worked with a black regiment to recruit patriots. The Black Regiment. It was an organization where the men traveled as ministers in black cloaks. They were looking to recruit more soldiers into the Continental Army. Jonathan Trumbull Sr. He was a governor of a British colony prior to the American Revolution. He supported the fight for independence. He became the first governor of the state of Connecticut. So, prior to the American Revolution, the British government or Great Britain had established governors to basically control regions of the colonies. And he was in charge of it wasn't yet a state, but the colony of Connecticut. And he supported breaking away from Great Britain and establishing the United States. And so he was the only British governor at the time to say, hey, I support y'all. And because of that, after the United States became a country, an independent country, and Connecticut became a state, they elected him as their first governor. So he is the only person to be a governor of a British colony and a governor of a state. John Hancock. He is a signer of the Declaration of Independence. His signature was the largest and most obvious on the document, and he was president of the Continental Congress. John Witherspoon. He was a signer of the Declaration of Independence. He was a Presbyterian minister. He was a president of a university that later became known as Princeton University. I want you to take a break now and answer the questions for Section 2.